Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Königsbrück. It's been quite a long time since I uploaded the last video of this series, beside last week's live stream. But yeah, now I'm back with this video I made out of footage I had for quite a long time on my computer. In fact, I think I recorded the time-lapse or the different segments of the time-lapse, I think 2 months ago. And yeah, that's also the reason why I don't have a continuous time-lapse, or the footage was a little bit too long to get it in one piece, so I made many cuts of the time-lapse. For example, you saw right now a transition between 2 segments to bring you just a basic idea, and I tried to cut out all those repetitive things like placing down tons of decals or props or whatever. So what's the goal for today's episode? We are going to build the tram depot of Königsbrück, and the whole city block where the tram depot is going to stand is based on the tram depot in Heidelberg in Germany, a city not far away from my home. And yeah, at the time I recorded this time-lapse, or I made the build, this tram depot you can see me placing down, or you can saw me placing down, was released in the workshop, I think by Sven Berlin. And it's actually a tram depot in Dresden, when I remember correctly. And in its composition, the tram depot here is it's pretty similar to the one in Heidelberg, at least for some parts. And I tried to go on a very similar scale. And as you can see me placing right now some tram lines, I tried to figure out how I can connect the whole depot, and we are going to have 2 entrances into the shelter for the trams, and then we are going to have a little loading area here, and as well some houses where I imagine the people who were working at the so-called Straßenbahnmeisterei in German, the tram depot, an older German word for tram depot. And I tried to make those workers' homes by placing down the Zechenhäuser by Feindbild. And I also wanted to start laying down this bike lane infrastructure here in the moment. And as we are building a German and European town, I'm going to use the red version of the bike networks. If there are any asset creators watching this video, please release some decals for those red bike paths, or when you know some decals for this, please let me know in the comment section, because we only have at the moment, so as I know, only the green generic ones, but I wanted to place the red European ones. And beside those path networks, we don't have anything. For example, it would be cool to have like the generic or vanilla bike roads with European red bike lanes instead of the green generic ones. That would be awesome. And yeah, I wanted to add a little bit of detail here, so I went a little bit crazy by placing procedural objects decals here to make those transitions very smooth. And I also wanted to have some variety between the cobblestones, which are actually the pavements texture of my map theme. I'm using since a few months Hadishi's map theme Rheingold. In case you want to use this map theme, you can't download it on the workshop or you have to support her by paying her on PayPal. So yeah, I highly recommend you, in case you want to use this map theme, to send her some bucks to use this map theme. So huge thanks to Hadichi at this point. So as you can see, I placed this administration building, this brick building, which I really like. I placed it many times for different purposes. And I also placed this, or built this employee parking lot in front of it. I really like it. And yeah, I also wanted to make this backyard a little bit more detailed by placing some loading areas, I think, where maintenance stuff for the trams would be loaded or unloaded. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this part of the time-lapse, and I will join you later in a different spot on this tram depot, where we will get our hands to the buses. See you. Okay, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed this little piece of music. And as you can see me placing right now, in the moment we are finishing this part of the tram depot by placing the gates and the fences, because yeah, the tram depot would be closed or secured for the public by those gates, so that nobody can just walk in and do some stuff, or I don't know. So that's at least what I see in, or I could saw in real life, that there were gates and fences everywhere. And since this area is pretty much next to the train station, I wanted to place some parking spaces for the public outside of the tram station, the tram depot, I'm sorry. And since we are also in downtown or in some more urban area, I also wanted to place this tram station in front of the depot. And I went, as you know it from other older episodes of Königsbrück, I'm using the pre-detailed tram stops by Titan, and they are working very, very good in this area as well. And just some detail of this area here. I wanted to have a very straight segment of grass here, which I am fencing up with some curbs. Unfortunately, the ploppable concrete does not make a straight line, a straight cut, so I had to use the ploppable pavement. And I also wanted to add some detail by placing this little cafeteria here, or this little open restaurant. And I think it's a pretty nice addition to this tram stop island here. And just to make this whole area more secure from traffic, I am placing those planters around it, so nobody can just drive his car into this table area. I know it's not the very best secure to do this, so I also started to placing those bollards here. But guys, that's it pretty much for this episode. I want to thank at first my first Patreon, Simon Karlstein. Thank you very much, Simon. And for the rest of you, don't forget to leave a like to this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and also check out my Discord and follow me on Twitter. Bye bye!